Have you ever noticed how the most beautiful flowers never chase the bee? They simply bloom. They stand tall, radiant and full of life, and the right bee finds them. In love, the same truth holds. The woman who knows her worth does not run after a man, does not beg for his attention, does not fight for a place in his heart. She understands that real love is not hunted, it is welcomed. She does not throw herself into the storm of trying to convince him to stay. She becomes the calm, the light, the presence that draws the right man in without a single step of chasing. There is an old saying, "What is meant for you will not pass you." But here's the secret. This is not about sitting still and doing nothing. This is about becoming the kind of woman who is so sure of her value that she does not settle for crumbs of affection. She knows love is not about forcing herself into his world. It's about creating a life so full, so magnetic, that the right man will want to be part of it. When a woman glows from within, when she is whole in herself, the right man feels it. He is drawn to it the way the ocean is pulled by the moon. Think of a lighthouse. It never runs along the shore searching for ships. It stands in its place, steady and unshaken, shining its light. And the ships find their way to it. A high-value woman lives this way in love. She does not twist herself into shapes to fit a man's desires. She shines in her own truth, and the man who is worthy will move mountains to be near that light. In relationships, a man will always respect what he had to earn. When a woman chases, he takes her for granted. But when she values her time, her energy, her heart, he sees her differently. He understands that she is not easy to win, and once he has her, he will fight to keep her. A man falls in love with the woman who makes him rise to meet her, not the one who lowers her crown to meet him where he stands. And this is where the queen within you awakens. Not the queen who shouts her worth, but the queen who embodies it. She does not rush, she does not beg. She lives, she thrives, she reigns. And the right love. It will find her because it belongs to her. Queens, if this message touched your heart and reminded you of the power you carry within, show your love by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. We are working hard to bring you the truth, the strength, and the guidance you deserve, so you can rise, reign, and never forget the worth you were born with. Number 1. When she stops chasing, he starts losing sleep. Have you ever noticed how a man sleeps peacefully when he believes you will always be there, always reaching for him, always holding the door open for his return? But the moment you step back, the moment you stop chasing, something shifts. He starts to wonder. He starts to replay every moment in his mind. He starts to feel the space you once filled, and that space keeps him awake at night. There is a saying, distance is not measured in miles, but in the absence of a heartbeat you once heard every day. When you stop chasing, he feels that absence in ways he never expected. A man gets comfortable when he thinks your love is guaranteed. But the moment you turn inward, when you start pouring that love into yourself, he begins to realize what he has lost. Think of a flame. When you stand too close, he feels the warmth without thought. But when you step away, when you take the flame with you, the chill hits him like a truth he can't escape. He thought you would always burn for him, but now the fire is in your hands, and you decide who gets to feel its heat. This is not about playing games. This is about understanding your worth so deeply that you refuse to run after a man who cannot see it. The woman who stops chasing does not close her heart. She raises her standards. She knows that if he truly values her, he will come forward on his own. And when he does, it won't be because she begged, but because he realized she is the rare light he cannot find anywhere else. Queens, this is where your reign begins. You are not a shadow following a man's steps. You are the sun, and he must turn toward you to feel your warmth. If he chooses not to, let him live in the cold, because you were never meant to shiver waiting for his love. Write this in the comments and claim it. When I stop chasing, my worth speaks louder than my words. Queens, let this be your truth. And if this message lit a fire in your heart, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are working hard to bring you powerful, life-changing lessons, so you rise, you reign, and you never forget the crown that was always yours. Number 2. The heart he had to earn becomes the one he can never forget. Have you ever noticed how a man holds tighter to what he had to work for? When he has to prove himself, when he has to show his worth, the prize becomes unforgettable. But when love is handed over without him lifting a finger, he treats it like it can be replaced. A man may be distracted by easy things, but the heart he had to earn, that heart will be the one he will never stop remembering. There is a saying, "What we work for stays in our soul longer than what we are given." In love, this truth is powerful. When you know your value, you don't place your heart in a man's hands just because he asks. You let him rise to meet you. You let him take the steps to show that he is ready to protect, cherish, and honor the love you carry. When he earns it, he feels the weight of it, and if he ever loses it, that loss will follow him through every season of his life. Think of a rare pearl deep in the ocean. A diver must go through dark waters, sharp corals, and strong currents to reach it. The struggle makes the pearl precious. A man's love works the same way. What he had to reach for, what he had to fight for, will never leave his mind. If he walks away from it, no other jewel will satisfy him. Every other love will feel lighter, smaller, weaker compared to the one he worked to hold. In relationships, a man will never truly treasure what came without effort. But the moment you decide that your love is not a free gift, but a crown to be earned, everything changes. This is when you step into your true power. This is when you live as the queen you were always meant to be, not chasing, not proving, not pleading, but standing in the light of your worth. The right man will not be scared of the climb, he will be proud of it. Queens, remember this. When your heart is something he had to earn, it becomes the one he can never forget. Write this in the comments and claim it. My heart is a crown, only the worthy can wear it. We are working hard to bring you life-changing lessons that will help you reign in love and in life. Number 3, her silence will echo in places he can't escape. Have you ever felt the moment when the noise stops, when the words end, and the only thing left between you and him is silence? Not the soft kind, but the kind that carries weight. The kind that says more than any sentence could. A man may run from many things, but he cannot run from the echo of the woman who once filled his life and now is gone. That silence does not fade. It follows him into the places where his mind is quiet, into the nights when he cannot sleep, into the moments when he thought he had moved on, but finds her in every corner of his thoughts. Silence is a true friend who never betrays. This is not about giving up. This is about letting your absence become the mirror he cannot turn away from. The silence you give him is not empty. It is full of everything he lost. It is the memory of your laughter, the warmth of your presence, the safety of your love. And when he looks for it and does not find it, that is when the echo grows louder. Think of a grand hall. When it's full of music, you cannot hear the walls. But when the music stops, every step echoes back, reminding you of the emptiness. That is what happens when you stop speaking, stop explaining, stop chasing. He hears every step he took away from you, and each one comes back to him louder and heavier. In relationships, a man learns quickly to ignore the words he hears too often. But the moment those words are gone, the moment the calls stop, The messages end, the laughter fades. He feels it. He feels it because the silence forces him to see himself. It makes him face the truth that your love was not ordinary, and now it is not his anymore. And this is where you step into your crown, beautiful lady. Not a crown you put on to prove a point, but the one you were always meant to wear. The queen who reigns does not fill the air with pleas for his attention. She lets her silence speak, and it speaks in a language he cannot escape. Queens, write this in the comments and claim it. My silence is my power. We are working hard to bring you life-changing truths so you can rise, reign, and let love come to you. Number 4. The shore. She stands on will make him cross oceans. Have you ever stood on the shore and watched the waves come to you? The ocean does not need to be chased. The water finds its way to the land, no matter how far it has gone. Love works in the same way when a woman knows her worth. She does not swim out into the storms to reach him. She stands where she is, grounded and steady, knowing the right man will cross every wave to reach her. There is a saying, do not chase the tide, be the shore it longs to touch. A man will never value what he does not work for. When she runs after him, he forgets her value. But when she stands in her truth, when she chooses not to give her heart without it being earned, something changes. He feels the pull, he feels the distance, and if he wants her, he must come closer. Think of a lighthouse. It does not drift into the sea searching for ships. It stays in its place, shining, guiding, waiting for the right ship to approach. A high-value woman is like that. She builds her life, fills her world with joy and keeps her light burning. She does not dim it to match his uncertainty. She lets him see from afar that she is worth the journey. In relationships, the man who is meant for her will cross the deepest waters. He will fight the waves, endure the storms, and push forward because he knows she is not standing on just any shore. She is standing on the only place that feels like home. If he cannot face the ocean to reach her, he was never the one for her in the first place. This is where the queen within is born, not the queen who chases, but the queen who reigns from her own ground. She knows the right love will come to her because her worth does not require pursuit, it requires recognition. Queens, remember this truth. A woman who stands firm on her shore will make the right man cross oceans. Write this in the comments and claim it. I am worth the journey. And if this lesson spoke to your heart, if it reminded you of the strength you hold, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are working hard to bring you powerful, life-changing lessons so you can live, love, and reign the way you were always meant to. Number 5. The taste of her love will haunt his every sip. Have you ever tasted something so rare, so rich, that even years later the memory still lingers? That is what happens to a man when he has felt the love of a high-value woman. At first, he may not even realize the depth of it. He may think he can replace it, that he can walk away and find the same feeling again. But as time passes, as he sips from other cups, he will notice the difference. What once flowed so naturally from you, your warmth, your patience, your fire, will haunt him in every taste that falls short. There is a saying, a rare wine leaves its mark on the tongue and the soul. Your love was that rare wine. It was not just affection, it was depth, devotion, and truth. He may have thought he could find it anywhere, but the moment he drinks from a lesser well, he will remember the richness you gave. Every word from another woman will feel thin. Every touch will lack the spark he once knew. And deep inside, he will know he let go of something priceless. Think of a garden that produces the sweetest fruit. It takes years of care, sunlight, and patience to grow it. A man might wander away, tempted by what looks easier to pick, but when he bites into it, he will taste the difference. It will be hollow compared to the fruit that grew under your care. He may return, hoping to take from your garden again, but by then your gates will be closed. That sweetness will no longer be his to taste. This is where your power lives, beautiful lady, not in chasing, not in begging, but in knowing that what you offer cannot be found in every heart. You do not pour your love into hands that do not know how to hold it. You do not serve your rare wine to a man who cannot savor it. You live, you rise, and you let the right man come to you, the one who will protect, cherish, and honor the gift he has been given. Queens, write this in the comments and claim it. My love is a rare wine he will never taste again. We are working hard to bring you lessons that awaken your strength and guide you toward the love you deserve. Number 6. He turned from the sun, and now he lives in the cold. Have you ever seen a man turn his back on the sun, thinking the light would follow him? At first, he feels confident. He believes the warmth will wait for him. He walks away without looking back, certain that he can return any time. But then the cold sets in. The light is gone, the warmth is gone, and all he is left with is the chill of his own choice. That is what happens when a man turns away from a woman who knows her worth. He may think he can find the same glow somewhere else, but when the truth hits, he will realize no other light feels like yours. There is a saying, those who chase shadows forget the power of the sun. And in love, this is painfully true. When a man has a woman who loves deeply, who gives from a place of strength, he holds something rare. But if he turns away, if he chooses the thrill of something that only shines for a moment, he will eventually find himself in darkness. Because real light does not chase, it simply shines. And when he turns his back on it, he loses it forever. Think of a winter morning when the sun is hidden. The air feels sharp, every step feels heavier. That is the life he will live when your presence is no longer his. You were his warmth, his comfort, the place his heart could rest. But now that warmth is reserved for you alone. The man who walked away will remember the glow, but he will no longer be able to reach it. This is where your power begins. You are not the woman who runs after a man who turned away. You are the woman who keeps rising, who keeps shining, who draws the right man into her life without a single step of chasing. The right man will see your light and never turn away from it. The wrong man will lose it, and that will be his coldest regret. Queens, remember this truth. You are the sun, and you do not dim for anyone. Write this in the comments and claim it. I am the light he can never replace. We are working hard to bring you life-changing lessons so you can rise higher, shine brighter, and live as the woman you were always meant to be. Number 7. By the time he sees her crown, his throne will be gone. Have you ever noticed how a crown never bows to prove its worth? It stays where it belongs, high, untouchable, shining for those with the eyes to see it. But when a man walks away, thinking the crown will still be there when he returns, he makes the biggest mistake of his life, because by the time he looks back and sees your crown, the throne he thought he could come back to will be gone forever. A wise line says, when a woman knows her value, she becomes priceless in a man's eyes. But here's the truth. If he could not see your worth when you were standing right in front of him, then he was never ready to be a king beside you. A man who truly understands your value will not risk losing it. He will not walk away thinking you will wait for him. He will not gamble with a love that was rare. Think of a royal palace. The gates are not left open for someone to wander in and out at will. They are guarded, protected, because what is inside is precious. You are that palace. Your love, your heart, your loyalty, it is the rare treasure inside those gates. When he left, he believed he could return any time. But while he was gone, you rebuilt, you rose, you placed your crown higher than ever before, and now that throne has been claimed by you. In relationships, a man will only value what he must cherish to keep. If you lower your crown to keep him comfortable, he forgets it was ever a crown at all. But when you stand tall, when you protect your heart, when you make him rise to earn his place beside you, you show him the difference between a woman who is waiting and a woman who reigns. Queens, this is where your story turns. No more hoping he returns. No more waiting for him to recognize what you've always been. You are not the woman at the door. You are the ruler of the kingdom. And if he was not strong enough to stay, then he is not strong enough to return. Write this in the comments and claim it. By the time he sees my crown, his throne will be gone. And queens, if this message spoke to the fire inside you, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are working hard to bring you life-changing lessons so you can rise higher, love better, and never forget you were born to reign.